Okay, so this is going to be a 3-part video of the review sheet for test 2. I do want to start off by saying there are going to be some things I might not do exactly how you were doing it in class. Basically, I'm going to just kind of go through this worksheet to at least maybe give you the answers, or at least hope the right answers, and a way for you guys to see another way of doing it. But yeah, so it's going to be a 3-part video. So let's just get started. So for the first one, solve the system, find x and y, then add x and y to find the answer wanted. So this is where you're going to kind of solve the system of equations. I will start out by kind of just multiplying. I'm going to do the substitution method. I'm going to turn this bottom one. I'm going to get rid of that 3y from here in that bottom by adding 3y to both sides. So that gives us 5 plus 3y. And that is what x is. And I'm going to plug that in. So I'm going to kind of use substitution for this method. So every time I see an x, I'm going to plug in our 5 plus 3y. And then plus y equals 10. And then we will multiply that out. Negative 2 times 5, negative 10, negative 2 times 3. We have a negative 6y plus y equals 10. We're going to get rid of that 10 real quickly, leaving us with 20. And we can simplify this. Negative 6y plus y is going to give us a negative 5y. Then we divide by 5 from both sides. We have a y equals negative 4. And then you can kind of just plug that into our equation here. So then we have an x is going to equal our 5 plus 3 times y, which now we know is negative 4, or at least we'll hope that's the right answer. And then we have x equals 5 plus 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. Negative 12 plus 5 is a negative 7. So you'll get an answer of negative 7, negative 4. Then they're wanting you to add these, right? So they want the x and y, then x plus y. So we know negative 7, negative 4, and now let's do our x plus y. We have negative 7 plus negative 4 equals negative 11. So this is where we get our answers for that first problem. Alright, on to the next one, solve by elimination. So this is where we're wanting to basically get it to a number where when we add it together, we get rid of a variable, right? So now we already have a positive 3y and a negative 3y. So let's add these two up. That gets us a 2x equals negative 2. Divide by 2 from both sides. We have x equals negative 1. And then we can kind of just plug in that negative 1. I'm going to do the first one. So where we see an x, we put negative 1 minus 3y equals 10. That gives us a negative 4 minus 3y equals 10. Negative 3y equals, and then add 4 to both sides, right? To get rid of that 4, or negative 4. 14 divided by negative 3. We have a y equals negative 14 over 3. So then you have an answer of negative 1 and negative 14 divided by 3. Alright, for the next one, the sum of two numbers is 33. 3 times the smaller number minus the larger number is 341. Make a system of equations. Do not need to solve. So we're just setting it up. All we know, if you add these two numbers, they equal 33. 3 times the smaller number, which we can just make x the smaller number, minus the larger number, which we can make as our y, equals 341. And this is where you kind of have x is the smaller number and y is the larger number. So yeah, that's kind of how you would do that one. So again, you're just setting it up, not solving. Next one, Gerald has 35 coins made of quarters and half dollars, and their total value is $13.75. How much of each coin does he have? So with this one, again, you're trying to set up equations. So I'm going to have my x as the quarters, and my y as the $half. So, what we are giving, well, we know we have 35 coins. So, the number of coins, I guess it's the number of quarters, sorry. Number of these. That's what we'd be counting, sorry about that. So that's x plus y, right? Number of quarters plus the number of $half. Then we're giving a total of $13.75. Well, we know a quarter would be 0.25x, right? It's because it's 25 cents. And then we have a y, which is $half, right? And a $half is 50 cents. So these are the equations that we have set up, and now we're going to solve them. So a method I'm going to just use is substitution. I'm going to get y by itself, so that means just 35 minus x equals y. So I'm going to plug it into here, so we have 13.75 equals 0.25x plus we have 0.5 times 35 minus x. From there, 13.75 still stays the same. 0.25x is still the same, plus, and then we're going to multiply this out. We get 17.5 minus 0.5x. And then I'm going to kind of do this in one step, but you can do it in two, whatever makes sense to you. I'm going to let me do it the other way. So basically, I'm going to minus 17.5 from here, from both sides, and then I'm going to join these, the 0.25x minus 0.5x. So that should get us a negative 0.25x and a negative 3.75. And then when you divide that number by negative 0.25, you get x equals 15. Now from there, you're given, so x is the number of quarters, so we know there's 15 quarters, right? And if 35 is the total of coins, basically 35 minus 15 is 20. So they have 20 $half. And that's all you need to know, just the number. All right, find the solution of the system. So when you're using a graph, I'm going to, again, it depends. I don't know exactly how your teacher said in class. I'm going to see the point as it's supposed to kind of line up here. So that's 1, 2. We have a negative 2. And then we have a 1, 2, 3. Positive 3. So I get a solution of negative 2 and positive 3. All right, what is the dimension of the matrix? Again, this is like the shape of the matrix. And remember, the form is rows by columns. So that would be a 3 by 3. And that's pretty much all you need to know for that one. All right, next one. Perform the operations of A minus B. So again, you're doing, when you're adding or subtracting, you're kind of going over, you're matching with this, and you're just doing the operation. So we were actually given a 4 minus 3, a negative 2 minus 4, a 3 minus negative 1, and a 1 minus 2. So then that should get you to simplify it, obviously. So we have 4 minus 3 is a 1, negative 2 minus 4 is actually just adding negative, so negative 6. 3 plus 1, we have 4, and 1 minus 2, which is a negative 1. Alright, and then there is your answer for that problem. And we're going to do one more before this video ends, hopefully. Find the product. You're going to find here, when you're going row multiplying by column, we don't have a matchup. That's going to be one number minus, it should line up, right? There should be two other numbers that we need to multiply, 4 and 7. So this would be an undefined answer. Alright, and that is all we're going to have for this video.